E te mana whakawā.
Marama Fox.
E te mana whakawā, nei rā te mihi mahana ki a koe, o tira ki te whare katoa. Te tihi o hikurangi maunga, te pāpa, tākuta apirana mahuika. Whāriki hia ngā kupu a tāhua o tākuta hōhepa tamehana. Ka mātā nawe te manawa. Ka hai taku kiri. Ka noho nei mātou kātangi. Kua hinga he tōtara haimata, e te pāpa, waiho mā mātou au mahi whakahirahira e kawe, au wawata kia tūtuki, haere atu rā koe, ki tōu kaihanga, ki ngā ringa māhana o te atua. I a koe e takoto ana kai tō marae o tiki tiki, ka rere ngā mihi whakanui i a koe kā tika, e te pāpa moi mai rā. E te mana whakawā, as we mourn the loss of a great leader of our nation, I rise today in quiet reflection of the work of this significant man. The calibre of this man will not be seen again in Te Ao Māori. He belonged to the ilk of a grand and noble generation. His legacy reminds us of our very foundation as a nation. In this 175th year since Te Tiriti o Waitangi was signed, it is right to formally acknowledge the sacred covenant that our nation is built on, that he and his kind fought so hard to uphold. With the week of celebrations and commemorations complete, this is our moment to dream big, to dream loud, to be proud. Our time to honour Te Tiriti o Waitangi as the founding unification document of our modern nation. To consider the partnership between Māori and tangata whenua and the Crown. What does it mean to live up to the promise of Te Tiriti? When Te Tiriti o Waitangi was signed, we had a strong and vibrant community based around our marae and our culture. We were developing a robust economy, trading with early tauiwi visitors and settlers, traversing the Pacific to trade on foreign soil. The Māori Party challenged this government, indeed every government, to honour the obligation they have in exercising kāwanatanga to support partnership with iwi and ensure that Māori retain rangatiratanga or self-determination. In 2014, we heard a lot about the rockstar economy. The Prime Minister has outlined much about that rockstar status today. The thing about a rockstar is that they build their success on their fan base. In order to keep it at the top of the charts, a true rock star must keep the fans happy. In essence, they must be accountable. Some here may remember Sid Vicious, who once said, you can arrest me, you can't arrest me, sorry, I'm a rock star. But in real life, his status meant nothing. When it came to doing what was right, he should have been doing the right thing. And so when I compare our economic status as Māori 175 years ago, and I look at all the posts that flood our Facebook accounts, I have to wonder who constitutes the fan base being propped up by the rockstar economy. The thing is if we are to dream big and live up to the aspirations of those who invested in Te Tiriti o Waitangi, we have to insist on doing all that we can to restore our communities to the state of relative posterity they enjoyed at first encounter in 1840. We owned 100% of Aotearoa. Māori were compared by house standards to the richest of European royals. We must restore our fan base. We must take decisive action to tackle poverty and its insidious effects. We must leave no stone unturned, and in this I welcome the opportunity to work with the government to tackle the crippling effects of poverty. We can start with putting greater income in the hands of those that need it. According to statistics, between 2009 and 2014, a couple with children had their benefit increased by a mere $31 a week over that period, with a single superannuant had their income increased by $56 per week. We absolutely agree with the Children's Commissioner that we must take a wide lens to this issue, targeting benefit levels to bring them in line with the cost of putting healthy food on the table is a start. Let's be clear, the establishment of a ministerial committee on poverty, the budget packages the Māori parties has consistently negotiated since 2008, have established that the elimination of poverty is our top priority. We are duty-bound to take poverty seriously, to make poverty a thing of the past, and to avoid getting distracted by token, simplistic approaches. It is evident to us that poverty of the hand is in fact only surpassed by poverty of the mind and poverty of the spirit. It is simply not sustainable to say all our answers will come when we have school cafeterias in place to feed the kids. We need to raise benefit levels and extend the in-work tax credit to families living on a benefit. We need to create ongoing employment and to continue to support the amazing initiative established by the Māori Party for Māori and Pacific trade training. Cadetships, apprenticeships, boarding school scholarships and recruitment incentives for teachers. We are thrilled that trade training schemes like He Tuki Ki Te Rika in Christchurch are producing fantastic results. Graduates are in paid employment or undertaking further study. Partnerships between iwi, industry and training providers are game changers, resulting in industry and training providers reviewing the way they work with Māori. 96% of the graduates from the Māori Affairs Cadetship program have remained in paid employment or gone on to further studies. All this leads to the Māori unemployment rate being the lowest it has been in 7 years. Don't get me wrong, we are utterly delighted with the investment we've been able to create in successful futures for so many of our young people through these schemes, but there are two areas of ongoing priority we cannot ignore. We must increase benefit levels and at the same time we must continue to lift the minimum wage. The Māori Party asked the question, what gain is there by retaining the income abyss between life on a benefit and life in work? Professor Jonathan Boston suggests that the gap between those in work and those on a benefit has increased 25% in a generation. What we want to know is why does the gap need to be so huge in order to incentivise people to work? We have to remember that 2 out of 5 families in poverty are also in work. So simply getting into work is not in and of itself the answer. Both benefits and wages are too low and more direct immediate action is required. E te mana whakawā. The Māori Party is not afraid to ask the hard questions. We do not want any piecemeal solutions. We do not need any tokenistic apologies and suggestions of constitutional change that without sound policy or strategy to make sure it is not just media-grabbing rhetoric. We believe in a value-added future, a future whereby the investment we make today will create optimism for tomorrow. We welcome the difference being made in social housing. So many poor families are paying far too much for their housing. We are pleased that those with high housing needs who live in properties run by approved community housing providers can get the same support as people in Housing New Zealand properties do. There is more to do. A warrant of fitness on social housing will ensure government does not abdicate its responsibility to protect the most vulnerable whānau. I was grateful to attend the launch of Te Tai Tokerau Economic Development Strategy, working to build on the development of the Northland area for Māori. In that strategy, they recognised that $2.4 billion was the contribution Māori in Northland made to that economy every year. Māori in the Northland area and Te Tai Tokerau are the highest numbers of Māori entrepreneurs in the country. We must recognise that there is value added in Māori strategy. Working with iwi, as the government has agreed to do, will ensure that we can bring to pass the actions of those strategies and not just the dreams. If the promise of Te Tiriti of Waitangi is to come together in a unifying way, we need to uphold its principles. It is time to make tangible difference to the lives of our tamariki mokopuna, to recognise that we need to do so to ensure, instead of flinging abuse from the crossbenchers, that we can work together with the government tirelessly and relentlessly to recognise Māori as value added to this country through real recognition of Te Tiriti o Waitangi, to find ways to enable all of our tamariki to thrive without fear of abuse, without embarrassment of disparity, without hunger, to ensure they are and their whānau housed in warm and safe homes. E te mana whakawā. Nei rā mātou o te Pāti Māori e tū ngā tahi ki te taha o te kāwana. I runga i te wawata o te tiriti, Hei hiki I aua wawata. O ngai tātou tiwi Māori. Hei
Order.
hāpai ngā hiahia.
Order.
Tēnā koe, tēnā tātou.
David Seymour.
Mr. Speaker, one of the